4, 3, 2, 1.
Go.
Oh, do you see how I just teased you and I didn't do the go on the audio scene?
You didn't do the go.
I didn't do it. Everything's thrown off. The world is going to end. And welcome to the February TBR. How you doing?
I'm doing good.
You doing good?
I've been reading this Tibber.
You've been doing real good, huh?
I've been reading this February.
All right, so we have had a great January, and we're looking for an even better February here.
Love is in the air.
It really is, and I squashed it.
Yes, you did, because you went to a very
I went the other route. Yeah. We did have some romance ideas here, but then I was like, yeah, we're just going to celebrate what schools celebrate in February.
Maybe next February, 2021.
Maybe next February. I don't think the internet's ready for a romance work on our channel here yet.
You're breaking my heart.
The bromance is enough right now, right?
Oh, we need some good bromance stories like Han and Chewie.
Oh, a little Star Wars. Okay, I could see that. The more fan fiction it sounds like, though, if you're putting romance in there.
That's okay.
All right, guys. So for February, our theme is, of course, Black History Month. We think that's something important to both study stuff from the culture, about the culture, and the culture's past. We're probably going to continue this theme also with Russian, Latin. We're going to look at a lot of different cultures and kind of look at themes throughout the year. But we think this is definitely a year for us to kind of celebrate some other cultures. In February, what better place to start than America's past?
Yeah, I love this idea because I feel something that is important as a teacher is that nowadays we need to become more cultured and open up our ideas and our thinking. And the best way to do that is learn about other cultures to be able to understand other people better, where they're coming from, so you can have more constructive dialogue and not just, well, I disagree with you, so I hate you. Like, that's not productive in life.
All right, so our first Black History Month selection is Go Down Moses by William Faulkner.
And I don't get to participate.
Too busy, crypto. Now, the next selection I have is something we wouldn't normally review on this channel, and I don't think I'm going to review it specifically. I actually think I have a unique angle to take this, but Angie Thomas's second novel, I believe, is On the Come Up, one of the sequel to the Hate U Give, that thug life that she wrote in the first one, which is more of like a modern selection as opposed to the Jim Crow era selection of the Faulkner piece. And the last one that I have is actually a classic called Passing by Nella Larsen, which has to deal with the racial background mixing and having the ability to potentially pass as a race that you don't fully belong to, I guess I should say. I think we'll do that as kind of like a fireside chat, so I don't want to go into heavy analytical detail, but I do want to give people some tools, because I think I've pretty much seen just reviews out there, but I think there is a lot more literary discussion to happen with that book, so I'm going to try to do a very brief fireside chat for that one. One thing I'm going to do for the Angie Thomas one is kind of compare that from a literary study and merit perspective. So what I'm going to do is talk about some themes that are present in her writings, as well as those that are present in other writings that are typically more studied, with the idea of like, let's study this more or talk about this book more. And I think that's important for school systems for students to be able to defend what they want to research, right?
Yeah, definitely. And I think that I might be able to jump in on a couple of those. And I think as a teacher and some historical background, I can lend some more credence to why these pieces were written certain ways and what relevance they have.
Well, I think also, even though you're not doing all of Go Down Moses, because I know you are quite busy this month, there are parts of that you can just read as short stories, one-off pieces. You might want to consider joining on those too, to participate. And I think your history background is invaluable there. I think we really appreciate you being able to join on those when you can.
Or I could just join and I could listen to you blab on, and I could throw in and be like, hey, you're totally wrong about that.
You can just bash me in the comments afterwards.
Yeah. Listen here, Yankee, I'm going to tell you.
Now who's got the bad accent? All right. And the last
my
novel,
southern accent's amazing.
And the last novel is actually not tied to that. It is The Wasteland by Stephen King, as we continue our journey to the Dark Tower. Woo!
Woo! We're going to get there. We're going to get there.
We're going to get there. We're going to at least get to book 4. And by there, I mean book 4.
Channel, it's so funny. Book 4. Every time a I'll see a news story and it'll pop up, be like, oh, this is being adapted from Stephen King. I'll message Una and be like, hey, we could do this book. He's like, Dark Tower. Oh, and another one. I'll be like, hey, we could read this short story and do this adaptation. He's like, Dark Tower. It's like, we have to get to the Dark Tower this year or it'll never happen.
I'm pretty sure the internet knows I'm the abusive boyfriend in this relationship, that I create this, I get the schedule approved by you, but then I maintain that schedule, which if you didn't have a schedule, I'm pretty sure we wouldn't ever read. We just get drunk and talk, which maybe actually might be okay.
We might have more subscribers.
We probably would have more subscribers if that's what we did. All right, in terms of short stories, we have Red Leaves by William Faulkner. Some argue that is on par with some of his novels. Let's find out. I've never done this piece before, so
neither have I.
This is going to be a first time for both of us, I believe, here.
That's exciting.
All right, we got How Much Land Does a Man Need by Leo Tolstoy. We are celebrating the post-1880 Tolstoy, which is a post-religious crisis meltdown. And it's the very underrepresented side of Tolstoy when it comes to discussion. So I hope you guys can check that piece out. I think you're really going to like it.
Yeah, that's a good one.
We've got Flannery O'Connor, A Late Encounter with the Enemy. Never read it before. We were so in love with A Good Man Is Hard to Find. Arguably one of the greatest short stories ever written. Let's do some more Flannery O'Connor. And there's one other work by her that I've read, The River. I know you'll like that.
Yeah, I absolutely fell in love with her writing and her style and her life and what she gave to literature. And I definitely want to gobble up some more and go through that with you and the channel and everybody. So I think that's something that's something that needs to be more out there. Like, I feel like it's forgotten. Sometimes things come and go, and I think this is something that needs to come back because I think she has a really good message.
You may not remember, but I remember when we did Of Mice and Men by Steinbeck. You said part of why we're doing this channel is to honor the past.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
See,
bringing her back.
You think I don't listen, but I listen.
Oh, now he's trying to get bounty points. So he can hit me later.
Now, for our last short story, I am the abusive boyfriend, right? I got to get that punch in when I can. We're going back to our man, Maugham, across the pond. We're going to go do Somerset Maugham. We're going to do The Fall of Edward Barnard, which, again, I've never done before. I know nothing about. We're checking it out.
I have to put my big boy pants on.
We liked the last one, right? I mean, I wouldn't say we were like 10s, but we were pretty warm on him, right?
Yeah, I think it was something that was unique, and we enjoyed that aspect of it, but the story itself was kind of mediocre.
It was warm.
But it was something different.
It was a warm story. It was a comforting story. It was a warm bottle on our feet story for the warm-blooded man.
Hot-blooded man.
And then in terms of the year ahead, we do have more talking to do about kind of maybe that Faulkner Fest, meeting up for that in the summer. I'm actually putting together potentially a syllabus for you, Mr. Crypto.
Sweet.
If I'm going to give you a digital internet Faulkner certificate,
go right up there.
Oh, it's going to be real. It's going to be legit.
No.
And I've already started writing down questions. I'm going to make you pass a quiz. So if you didn't know, we're giving Crypto a Faulkner certificate this year through intense Faulkner studies. Yeah.
It's going to hang right there.
And what we're going to do is we're going to put together a syllabus. We're going to put together a quiz for the end of the year. You guys are welcome to join us on this journey and take the quiz to see if you pass the Una and Crypto Faulkner Digital Certificate Program.
Maybe we'll print real ones out.
No, I think I want to investigate like what the options are there. Like maybe even just having like a little digital. We'll look into it, but follow us on this journey, and I promise nothing.
You will read a lot of Faulkner and be confused.
You will read a lot of Faulkner. Okay. Here's the quote. Here's the quote for you to remember. No one reads Faulkner. You only reread Faulkner.
Yes. Faulkner reads you.
Oh, in Russia, Faulkner reads you.
What's the name of the county?
Yaknapatafa.
Nakapatafa.
All right, in the last big bit of news that came out here like a week ago that I am changing my pants over, they're coming out with a graphic novel for SlaughterhouseFive, Kurt Vonnegut's.
Woo!
So excited for that. My favorite book of all time. Numero uno. It used to share number one with someone else, but now it's just number one by itself.
All by itself.
So what we're going to do is Crypto's never read it, and obviously I've made many references to it because it's just so ingrained into me. What we're going to do is I'm going to go into it with the eyes I've read it 4 or 5 times in the past. Crypto's never read it before. So he's going to go into the graphic novel of what am I taking from this graphic novel as a first-time reader. Will we ever do the novel? I want to. But let's do this graphic novel this way so that Crypto can provide the vantage of, I've never read the novel. What does it look like from fresh eyes experiencing this?
Yeah, I'm excited for that one, being that you'll be able to take it from the book is better than the movie, and I'll be like, the movie's better than the book. And
movie?
Yeah,
you mean the graphic novel?
Yeah, but I'm saying in that premise.
Oh, the premise of, okay.
Yeah, because a lot of that standard of when people argue back and forth between a book translated to another media, the book people are always kind of snobbish about it, but the book is better, I read it.
Yeah.
And people that don't are like, well, I didn't have to read, so I enjoyed watching a 3-hour movie.
I'll say, my background, I've actually worked in the video industry and film industry before. I have a lot of respect for film and video, and I understand a lot of decisions that they make. I still think a lot of times books have the edge, but I think as far as like the spectrum goes, there are movies that I think are better than books. I've said it.
Like Jurassic Park.
Start a war with me in the comments. Let's go. But no, really excited for that. I want to do the novel at some point. Maybe we'll wait till after the graphic novel comes out, obviously.
Yeah, because I want to read the graphic novel and not tempted to intersplice and be like, oh, I don't get this. So maybe if I go read the novel, I'll be able to understand something better. Like, I want to go full graphic novel and then into the novel later down the line. Maybe after having some time to digest as well. So it's not like fresh in my brain.
No, I think we need to do it at some point on this channel, to be fair. But we do need to get some more. I don't have any Vonnegut planned, but I want to get at least one Vonnegut novel planned this year.
We got 10 months left, baby. We got time.
No, we don't. I don't. I've already planned all the way up through September. We're booked through September.
We're booked through September. We have no openings, no cancellations. We take all forms of insurance.
Through October 15th. Through October 15th, we're completely booked on short stories.
Oh, that is so crazy.
Planning guy.
I'm gonna have to retire. I'm gonna have to quit my job. We need subscribers. We need to go full-time YouTube to do this.
Well, if you guys do appreciate this content, if you do appreciate literary fiction and what we do in terms of the deep analysis, please consider subscribing. We would greatly appreciate it. And by the way, also, if you want to know what we're reading, like when we're reading it, like this kind of announces the month. We do announce each week on Twitter what we're reading that specific week if you're reading along in terms of the short stories and stuff. So please consider checking out our Twitter account or Instagram account to see what's coming up and when.
Peace.
Peace out, everybody.